Hey y'all, if you've been missing oatmeal raisin cookies, these gluten-free, thick and chewy oatmeal raisin cookies are definitely going to be your new favorite. They're so soft, they're thick, they're chewy on the inside, they're crisp on the outside. Perfect. Let's make them. To my all-purpose gluten-free flour blend, I'm adding cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and a little bit of baking soda, and I'm going to whisk this together. I know some people can't tolerate oats, but if you can tolerate oats and you're gluten-free, I'll leave a link below for the kind that I use that I got on Amazon. They're Purity Protocol oats, so there's no risk of cross-contamination in either the field or during processing. So I'm starting to cream my butter separately because it's a little on the cool side, a little more than I would like. But you don't have to do this if your butter is at room temperature. So once that's nice and creamy, I'm going to add in the granulated sugar and then also brown sugar. But we don't want to, we're just creaming it just a little bit, maybe for a minute or so. We don't want to cream this to where it's fluffy, because then you won't get quite a dense and chewy cookie. Now add 2 eggs and beat those in just for like 30 seconds or so. I found this recipe on Chef Lindsay Farr's channel on YouTube, and I'll put a link for that above. It wasn't originally gluten-free, but I converted it to gluten-free. I'm going to stop and scrape down the sides because they're not getting fully incorporated. And then we'll just mix this briefly to combine everything. Again, we don't want to overmix and add too much air into them because we want them dense, thick, and chewy cookies. And I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla. Chef Lindsay doesn't add vanilla in hers, but I always like to add vanilla to cookies. So now we can add in the flour mixture slowly on low, just so it doesn't go everywhere. And then we'll add the oats and the raisins. And it's going to be very thick, so don't over mix at this point. Your mixer should be able to handle it, but don't go overboard. You don't want to burn up your motor. You can also do this by hand, but it'll take a lot of elbow grease. So now I'm taking a very large cookie scoop. I'll leave a link below for the one that I use. It's a pretty large one, a little bit larger than a normal cookie scoop, but I like them like monster cookies. So once you've got them all scooped out, you don't have to do this, rolling them between your palms just to get a nice round cookie, but it does help for aesthetic purposes at the end. After they're baked, they'll be more round. And then what we want to do is get these into the freezer for at least about an hour. So this is what they look like frozen. And what's great is you can keep them in the freezer because we're going to bake them straight from frozen and put the rest away for another day. So we bake these at 350 Fahrenheit for about 20 to 23 minutes until they're puffed, they're thick, soft in the middle, crispy on the outside. Oh my gosh, these are the best oatmeal raisin cookies I've ever had. And my husband said the same exact thing, and he doesn't even need to eat gluten-free, y'all. These are so good. You have got to try them if you love a thick and chewy oatmeal raisin cookie.